In this video we will look at Unity's 2D animation tools, to rig and animate your 2D character, inside of Unity. The benefit of using this workflow, compared to frame-by-frame animation, is that you can animate your character, much like you would a 3D character. There is no need to draw out each frame in your graphics editor, allowing for quick modifications and new animations. The first step is to create and prepare your character. For this video we have used the Boy Free Sprite, which you can get from the location shown here, link in the description. Now let's prepare our character. We use the image editor GIMP, but you can use your preferred tool. Start by separating your character into parts that you wish to animate, for example, arms, legs, feet, body and head. In GIMP this can be done by selecting the body part. Right-clicking and selecting Select. Then Float. This will create a floated layer. Right-click on the floated layer and select to New Layer. Do this until you have a layer for each body part: arms, legs, body and head. Once you have done this to all body parts, we want to make sure our parts are set up in the best way to be able to rig and animate them. Consider how your joints will move. You can see here that when our arm is rotated, it creates a gap. Update your body part by painting it, so that when it rotates at the joint, it looks how you would like it to look when animated. Now we can export our character. Unity's 2D skinning tools work best in the PSB format. GIMP does not have a PSB exporter. However, you can export to PSD and then modify the file's extension to PSB. We are now ready to import our character into Unity. First we need to check that the version of Unity we are using has these 2D packages installed, and if not, install them. Now import our character. We can see that Unity shows us the body parts we created for our character. To set up our character for animation, with your character selected, go to Window, 2D, then Sprite Editor. Now in the top left-hand corner select the Skinning Editor. Here we can create bones. Select Create Bone. Find a starting point for your bones. Generally the base of the spine is a good root bone. You can click to create additional bones. Here we do 2 for the spine and 1 for the head. Clicking on a bone will allow you to parent a new bone without it being directly connected, as seen here with the upper arm bone. Complete all the bones for your character. You can select bones and move them around if needed. At this point they are not connected to the geometry of your character. Next we need to create a geometry that our bones will distort. Select Auto Geometry, then Generate for all visible. We can see that Unity has generated a geometry based on our character and applied weights to this for the bones. The colors in the mesh provide an indication of which bone or bones they are linked to. When a bone is rotated, this is how the mesh will be distorted. We can now preview the pose. By moving the bones, we can see that our character moves. We may wish to tidy some of this up. As you can see, when we move the left arm bone, the torso is distorted a little too much. To fix this, we can use the options under Weights. Here we use Bone Influence. Select the geometry of the body part, and then the bone, and remove the bone from the list of bones that influence this body part. We can now see that the arm bone no longer moves the torso. You could achieve the same by using Weight Slider, or Weight Brush. Play around with these until your character is working as you like. Once you are done, select Auto Weight. Then Generate. We can now reset pose, to make sure our character is back in its initial position, and then click Apply. In our scene view, we can now see that Unity has generated our bones and our character is ready for animation. To animate our character, open the animation window. Select Create. And give your animation a name. To easily generate the keyframes for our animation, we can hit Record. Now moving or rotating a bone will generate a keyframe on the timeline. Move the timeline and adjust the positions of your bones. Continue this process until you are happy with your animation. At this point we can hit play and see our animation in action in the game. Unity has generated an animation controller, which we can use to trigger and transition to different animations based on our game's logic. And that is it. You now have an easy way of creating new animations for your character. In a future video we will look at how to set up IK for our character to keep our feet on the ground, and also to control more precise animations like reaching for a doorknob. Bye.